All right, dog lovers, let's talk about man's best friend and also man's goofiest roommate. I'm talking about house dogs. Not wolves, not coyotes, not huskies pulling sleds through the Arctic. I mean the lovable, tail wagging, food stealing, carpet zooming dogs that share our homes and steal our hearts every single day. Because while cats bring the drama, dogs bring the comedy. And oh boy, do they bring it in bulk. Let's kick things off with the classic clumsy dog moments. Dogs are basically furry wrecking balls with legs. They'll try to jump gracefully onto the couch, misjudge completely, and faceplant into the cushions like it was a planned stunt. Or they'll sprint across the kitchen floor, hit the tiles, and slide like they're auditioning for the Winter Olympics. And don't get me started on the chasing their own tail routine. Dogs act like they've just discovered a new species called the tail, and it must be caught at all costs. The spin, the dizzy wobble, and then flop, zero dignity, 100% entertainment. And then there's the zoomies. If cats get midnight zoomies, dogs get all day, every hour zoomies. They'll suddenly explode with energy, tearing around the living room, launching themselves off furniture, and running in wild circles like a furry tornado. The best part, they always look so proud of it, like, yes, human, I am doing a vital job right now. I'm defending us from air. And if you've ever seen a big dog get zoomies in a small apartment, you know it's basically an action movie with furniture casualties. Now, dogs versus everyday objects is a comedy genre of its own. Take the vacuum cleaner. To a cat, it's a scary dragon. To a dog, it's a full-on enemy. They bark, growl, and act like they're defending the family from a deadly monster, only to immediately beg for belly rubs once it's put away. Mirrors? Same deal. Half the time, dogs bark at their reflection like they're ready to fight. The other half, they tilt their head, wag their tail, and think, wow, this guy looks fun. Why hasn't he thrown me a ball yet? And then there's squeaky toys. Nothing is funnier than watching a dog go absolutely feral over a stuffed duck that makes a high-pitched squeak. The joy is real, the destruction also real. Goodbye, squeaker. Of course, dogs also have their signature attitude. Unlike cats, it's not a sassy diva attitude. It's more like overconfidence. Dogs believe they're lap dogs, no matter the size. 80 pounds. Doesn't matter. They'll sit on you like you're a recliner. Dogs believe they're professional guard animals, but the reality, they'll bark at the mailman like he's an intruder, then happily accept a head scratch from him the next second. And the guilt face. Oh, the guilt face. You leave the house for 5 minutes, come back, and suddenly they're acting like they've been abandoned for 20 years. Or worse, you come home to find a chewed-up shoe, and your dog is sitting there with those big puppy eyes like, listen, human. The shoe started it. And let's not forget the sounds of dogs. From the deep, booming I'm a guard dog bark to the tiny, squeaky I think I'm scary yap, every dog has a full playlist. The whining when they want food, that could win a Grammy for most dramatic performance. The howl when a siren goes by, that's a full band practice. And the sneezes, don't tell me you've never laughed at a dog sneeze. They're so violent, so dramatic, like the sneeze physically offended them, and then they shake it off like nothing happened. Dogs also have the weirdest obsessions. Sticks, tennis balls, socks, random items that should not be chew toys. If they can fit it in their mouth, it's fair game. And the fetch obsession. You can throw the same ball 100 times, and every single time the dog comes back like, you won't believe this, it came back again. They never get tired of it. Meanwhile, you're the one about to collapse from exhaustion. And then there are the hiding spots. Dogs aren't quite as sneaky as cats, but they definitely have their quirks. Small dogs love cramming themselves under beds, behind couches, or inside laundry baskets. Big dogs, on the other hand, think they're hiding when half their body is sticking out from behind a curtain. They're like, shh, human. You can't see me, spoiler alert, we can. But some of the funniest dog moments happen when they interact with other pets and humans. Dogs and cats are a whole sitcom by themselves. The dog wants to be best friends, the cat wants to file a restraining order. Dogs with babies, pure sweetness. They instantly become gentle protectors, lying by the crib like security guards with fur. And dogs with humans, that's the funniest of all. They want to be everywhere you are. Bathroom? They're there. Shower? They're waiting outside. Lying on the floor? They're lying on top of you. Working on your laptop? They're typing with their paws, sending emails you never intended. Dogs have mastered the art of personal space invasion, and honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. So, what have we learned about dogs? They're clumsy, loud, dramatic, obsessed with squeaky toys, overconfident about their size, and endlessly goofy. They bark at mirrors, wage war on vacuums, zoom like lightning, and chew everything they can get their teeth on. They make ridiculous sounds, pull the best guilty faces, and believe they're our loyal protectors, even when they're scared of the toaster. But despite all their chaos, dogs are also the most loyal, joyful, loving companions we could ever ask for. So, if your dog has ever tripped over its own ears, barked at its reflection, or stolen your sandwich when you weren't looking, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead and share your funniest dog story in the comments. I want to laugh at your goofy pups too. Hit like if you've ever been body slammed by a lap dog. Subscribe for more hilarious pet chaos and ring that bell so your dog can bark at it when it dings. Because at the end of the day, dogs aren't just funny, they're family, and they'll never let us forget it, especially if we're holding a treat.